Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge Fate Stay Night Remastered. Nachdem wir jetzt selber sozusagen wieder auf die Beine gebracht haben, indem Shiro seine magischen Kreisläufe mit ihr geteilt hat. Und wir erfahren haben, dass Archer im Kampf mit Berserker 6-mal gekillt hat. Sind wir jetzt kurz davor, selber nochmal in den Kampf mit Berserker zu gehen. Saber and I protest silently. Tosaka's life depends on this operation too. We can't let ourselves fail just because she's being stingy.
わかったわよ。半分使えばいいんでしょ。使えば。何よ、言ってみただけじゃない。私だってそれくらい分かってるんだから。とにかく作戦はそれだけよ。あとは私が隠れられて、シローがセイバーの援護をしやすい場所を探さなくちゃ。イリアスフィールが来る前にいい場所を見つけましょう。
Yeah, we can't stay in these ruins anymore. And like Tosaka said, we need to find a place where we can all lie in wait for Berserker. But before that... I wonder if Saber's really okay. She says she has no problems fighting, but wouldn't it be harder for her to go up against Berserker when she is so weak? Or I suppose I'm more concerned about her noble phantasm. That's what Saber said. That means Saber will disappear the instant she uses that attack. Saber. Before we go out to fight, can you promise me one thing? Okay, well, yeah, I don't want you to use your noble phantasm no matter what happens. It is important and I don't want you to die, even if it means to defeat Berserker.
分かっています。私も宝具を使う気はありません。今の魔力でバーサーカーを倒せるとは限りませんし、何より消えてしまっては聖杯を手に入れられない。
No, she is as direct as ever. It's a relief to hear. Okay, yes, that's the Saber that I know. It's good to hear you being so insanely calm.
それはどういう意味でしょうか、シロ。
Nothing at all. Let's just get going. Tosaka will get upset again if we keep her waiting.
そうですね。リンはシロに文句を言うのが趣味のようですから。
And with that kind of weird observation, Saber turns to leave the ruins. But then, she trips on a chunk of rubber and stumbles forward. I quickly grab her hand from behind. Come on, watch your step, you will need to be careful in this mess. Aww. Saber seems to be blushing. Saber, what's wrong? Did something happen?
いえ、そういうわけではないのですが、手を握られていると、
Saber's face turns a deep crimson. She must look like I did a few minutes ago. I find myself blushing too now. With her hands in mine, I suddenly remember the sensation I felt with Saber and quickly pull my hand back. The two of us stand rigidly, saying nothing. Let's head out. We'd better get moving. We don't have much time.
そうですね。急ぎましょう、シロ。
We head out after that bit of awkwardness. Once we're outside, we'll never come back here. I look back towards the ruin for the last time and then turn back to the battlefield. We reach a clearing in the forest. The sun is rising and a white layer of morning mist blankets the forest. Compared to the much denser forest around us, this is a good vantage point. Tosaka, this place doesn't seem bad.
そうね。条件はいくらかクリアしてるけど、見晴らしが良すぎるのがどうもね。これじゃあ私はともかくセイバーとシローの逃げ道がないもの。
Tosaka is such a perfectionist, if she is even considering escape routes.
他を渡りましょう。大丈夫。まだ時間はあるわ。
Tosaka returns to the forest. But Saber stands motionless, staring off into the distance.
セイバー、何してるのよ。早くしないとイリアスフィールに。
A chill runs up my spine. I could never forget this feeling. I can't see him or feel his presence, but the sudden weight of the air pressing down around me is definitely coming from him. Ilia's voice echoes from somewhere in the forest. Beyond the mist, from deeper in the forest, a dark figure approaches. Boah, das ist schon creepy. Und ich find's geil. Maybe it is because we're in a clearing, with an open view of the sky. But it feels like Ilia is peeking down at us from up in the clouds.
やば、あいつ、もうシロを見つけたの？まずい、ここじゃ視界が広すぎる。何よこのスピード。これじゃあ2分かからない。ちょっと、何のんびりしてるのよ2人とも。ここじゃまずいって言ってるでしょ。早く場所を変えないと。
Tosaka grabs our hands, but it's too late. No, this is fine, Tosaka. We are lucky enough that the three of us are able to fight together. We can't ask for anything more.
バカ、それがまずいんだってば。ここじゃ横幅がありすぎるの。セイバーだけじゃバーサーカーを止められないし、いくら離れてたってあんたも前に入っちゃうじゃない。
I know, you're concerned for me, but we are all in danger here. Besides, we can't escape now anyway.
それはそうだけど。
Are you ready, Saber? We are fighting Berserker here. Saber nods quietly.
わかったわよ。簡単にやられたら怒るからね。
Tosaka apparently convinced disappeared into the mist. Once she goes into action, she acts quickly. She darts into the forest and then scrambles up a tree. They're coming, Saber. Are you ready?
あなたも。戦いが始まったら、決してここから前には出ないように。何があろうと、バーサーカーをここには近づけさせません。
The mist wavers. Oh, sehr geiles Bild. Out of the morning fog. A dark shadow spreads across the clearing. A mad warrior led by a pale girl steps into view.
意外ね。てっきり最後まで逃げ回るとばかり思ってたのに。それとも、もう観念したの？お兄ちゃん。
Ilia is about 40 meters from me. We face each other from opposite ends of the clearing.
セイバーは治ったんだ。そっか。だから逃げ回るのはやめにしたのね。欲しいな。そんなことで私に勝てると思うのは可愛いんだけど。残念ね。シロはここで死ぬんだもの。
Here giggles echo in the forest. Apparently that ticks her off. Saber, still standing beside me, is practically vibrating with animosity. She might launch herself forward at any moment.
もうつまんないな。ずいぶん無口になっちゃったのね。もしかして殺されるのは怖いの？そんなのもったいないよ。今命乞いをすれば私も許してあげないこともないんだから。
Tosaka's probably in position. She will probably want to be as close to the center of the clearing as she can. There's a spot where the tree branches overlap. It should be sturdy enough to support her weight.
そう。あくまでそういう態度なんだ。なら、もうおしゃべりはここまでだね。リンとも待ちなさい。リンはどうしたの？シロ。
I have to give it to Berserker's master. She knows better than to overlook many details. Tosaka is gone. We stopped working together a while ago.
別行動を取ったの？そっか。セイバーを連れてるシロは足手まといだものね。リン一人ならもっと遠くに逃げられる。
Well, there you go. She's probably out of the forest by now. I doubt you will catch up to her even if you go after her right now.
そうかしら。この森はアインズベルンの結界よ。誰が入ってきて誰が出ていったかぐらいはわかるんだから。あれから外に出た人間は一人もいない。リンはまだ森にいるわ。探し出すのはこの後でも十分よ。
That is a relief. If Ilya only detects who's going in and out of the forest, then she doesn't know where Tosaka is now. That, and she believed my story pretty easily. Ilya is a truly merciless master, but is she too merciless to have a chance to start over? Ilya, before we fight, there's something I want to ask you. Would you consider quitting being a master and ending this battle?
できないよ。おじいさまの言いつけだもの。バーサーカーがいる限り、私はアインツベルンのマスターなの。イリアは他のマスターたちを殺して聖杯を持ち帰らなくちゃいけないんだから。それにもう一度だけ聞くのはこっちだよ。私はアインツベルンの当主だから、あんな言葉二度は言わないわ。けどシローが答え直すって言うんなら、ちゃんと聞いてあげてもいいんだよ。
She sounds almost hopeful, but as long as I have Saber with me, I can't agree to what she is asking. My answer is unchanged. I'm Saber's master. If you're not going to quit being a master, I will defeat Berserker and make you quit. I look at both Ilya and Berserker and say that. In that instant, the air in the clearing tenses with a sharp snapping sound.
そう。なら、本気で殺してあげる。その思い上がりと一緒に粉々に砕いてあげるわ、シロー。
What the heck is that? There's some sort of inscription appearing on Ilya's face. No, it's not just her face. It's a huge command spell covering her entire body, and I can't even see it at this distance. It's so much more massive than the ones we have.
遊びは終わりよ。蹴散らしなさい、ヘラクレス。
Ilya's voice is completely lifeless, and in response the giant behind her holds. The roar shakes the earth. He screams and phrases like he has lost his mind. His abilities grow even more powerful, like his body is swelling with deformed mass.
そんな理性を奪っていただけで凶暴化させていなかったというのか。
I'm not surprised Saber is shuddering. Even I, who can't gauge the warrior strength, can tell I shouldn't be getting anywhere near that monster.
行け。近寄る者はみんな殺しちゃえ。バーサーカー。
The air explodes. The giant below us a roar so different from its anguish wail, and leaps. Saber? A streak of silver searches forward an answer. Berserker lands in the middle of the clearing. The earth shakes. Saber intercepts Berserker as if stopping a falling meteor. Boah, das ist schon sehr genial. It's like watching a mythical battle unfolding in front of me. In a forest shrouded by morning mist, two shadows clash relentlessly. Berserker is simply overwhelming. Berserker swipes are like whirlwinds. His downward strikes like waterfalls. Even Saber wouldn't survive a direct hit. But Saber deflects his every attack without faltering or hesitating. She swipes aside, the barrage of strikes raining on her like a raging storm. The fail would mean being cut down on the spot. To Saber, each of the rapid blows seemed to strike with her opponent's full might. The clash of swords echoes around the clearing. Berserker has greater reach. Berserker is faster. Berserker has more stamina. All Saber can do is parry the titanic surges of wind from Berserker's swings, to mitigate the sheer strength, or just to avoid being cut in half. Berserker is like a broken jackhammer. His blade spins in all directions, annihilating everything in its path. Just getting in reach could only be fatal. There would be no hope of escape. They would get caught in that whirlwind blade and ground to dust. No normal human would have a chance against that. And if getting close can only mean death, then the only option is fleeing. But Saber steps into the whirlwind and doesn't retreat. She will be shredded to pieces. The sword sparks off of her, slowly chipping her armor away. Standing in the middle of that vortex, she could be dead in a heartbeat. I can only hold my breath. In ancient times, heroes who fought dragons and demonic beasts must have all been like this, like her. They know perfectly well how vast the gap in strength between them is, but they bet everything on a 1 in a million shot. A seething mess of violence beyond anything humans are capable of. They just defend until a single opportunity presents itself. Many warriors died without ever seeing the miracle they were waiting for. That's exactly what this battle is. It is a glamorous, eye-catching battle, but it only ends one way, with Saber's defeat. Each bullet chips away a little more at her. Berserker's roar shakes the ground. The sheer whirlwind of his frenzy churns up the atmosphere and sends Saber flying as he tries to defend. Every time Berserker's attack chip away a bit of Saber's armor, she's thrown to the ground, but instead of remaining down on her knees, Saber charges right back at Berserker every time. But she is at her limit. Saber's breathing is labored and her movements are visibly slowing. There won't be any opening. In a few moments, Berserker's titanic weapon will shatter Saber's sword. I grip the bow I made. I'm going to... The moment Saber goes flying, I fire at Berserker. This won't hurt him, but it should at least get his attention. The arrow hits Berserker squarely on the temple, but it doesn't even leave a crit. It can't even get his attention. The giant does not block the arrow, he doesn't even seem to care. Ilya's laugh echoes through the forest. Damn. I can't do anything. Saber's about to collapse right in front of me, but I can't do anything. I'm powerless. No matter what I do, I can't hurt Berserker and I'm just distracting Saber. A slash. Saber sinks into the ground all the way to her ankles as she parries a massive blow. The parrying blade is swift, but heavy. The axe sword strikes down from the overhead. The brutal, powerfully weapon grabs Saber's armor as she dodges, then tears up the earth itself. My jaw is clenched so hard my teeth could well shatter. Is there really nothing I can do? I can't protect Saber, I can't fight alongside her. There's nothing I can do. All I can do is...
ならば、せめてイメージしろ。お前にできることなど、所詮その程度でしかないのだから。
Archer said something like that.
外敵などいらぬ。お前にとって戦う相手とは、自身のイメージに他ならない。
Yeah, what was he saying again? It was one of his typical snide remarks. What he said had weight and importance to it, and I needed to understand. Then again, probably everything he told me was a warning I shouldn't ignore. Saber goes flying. This time it's not because she leaped away to evade. Berserker tells this time. The hurricane slash strikes Saber in the side. She stumbles. Coughing violently, she grips her weapons tight and turns back toward Berserker. The giant doesn't miss the opening Saber finally provides. Stop. My voices don't reach them. Shouting is useless, and trying to use the bow like Archer would be pointless. Don't I understand yet? What can I do? What should these hands of mine be doing? That is right. What do I need to save Saber? Yep, I can't use the bow. A spear won't pierce him. Having a weapon just like the enemy's is no solution either. To go up against that giant. A sword to cut through a mountain of stone. An opulent sword, sharper than sharp, that will never die. A king's sword, able to cut down enemies in a single blow. Like that golden sword I saw in my dream. A sword fit for her. My head hurts. I try to fight down my nausea, but I never take my eyes off Saber. Strangely, the longer I watch Saber fall, the more this indiscriminate pain assaults me. Saber and Berserker seem to be moving in slow motion. I see a row of switches line up. Saber coughs, and for a brief second she arches in pain. Berserker smashes his axe sword down toward him with all his might. It's as if the row of nails in need of hammering down. It's as if there's a row of nails in need of hammering down. It's like he's knocking down dominoes. The switch flips. Saber. Berserker's axe sword cuts Saber down. She's going to die. The strike splits Saber in half at the waist, and pieces of her flesh go flying. No, that's not what is happening. The only thing that's gone flying is pieces of armor. Berserker's only split Saber's armor. Saber left herself open to bait Berserker in a single huge swing, and with every ounce of strength she has, she rushes at him. A black roar rips through the air, but he can't escape now. Saber's right in front of him. She shifts her grip on her sword and darts in closer, then swings with all her might. I don't believe this. Saber's attack hits home, and the giant who had seemed so immovable flies back several meters, and then comes a true attack. She must intend to release the attack from as close as possible. Tosaka jumps down from the branch above and throws her javelins at Berserker as she falls. Shards of ice rain on Berserker. Among those shards are 3 giant spear-shaped icicles, each packed with enough magic energy to blow an entire mansion to smithereens. Ilya cried until now, suddenly screamed at her servant. She must have sensed the danger, but it's too late. The icy spears aren't falling. They are accelerating toward Berserker. He can't possibly dodge. A 1 in a million opportunity. Saber's desperate attack perfectly coordinated with the ice bullet attack. It has more than enough magical energy to kill Berserker. However, the axe sword slices through the air. Even as Saber drives him back, he switches to a single-handed grip on his axe sword and shatters all 3 ice spears. Blood splattered us in the clearing. Maybe it's his one-arm swing, but he fails to completely destroy the ice, and when it strikes, it severs one of Berserker's arms. That's not all. The ice freezes over Berserker's arm, completely restraining it. But it only got one arm. Saber cries out. It is a reasonable response. Berserker catches Tosaka with his good arm as she falls. Tosaka's face twists in pain. Berserker will have no trouble crossing Tosaka with his hand. Tosaka! I run. I don't care if I drag them down. It doesn't matter if I can't do anything. I'm not going to let Tosaka die. Sarah must be too weak to even stand, but somehow she gets to her feet. Tosaka must be in agonizing pain, but she stretches her hand out as she hangs her head downward. And then... she grins wickedly. Everyone gasps. Saber, me and even Berserker must have all frozen in our tracks. One person can only have so many tricks up their sleeves. She knew this might happen, and she hadn't even bothered to tell us. Berserker squeezes harder around her. He is a heartbeat too late. Ja, in dem Fall kann er nicht ausweichen. 4 bullets of pure light streak towards Berserker. 4 bullets, 4 gems. 4 rapid shots at the most extreme close range. That has to be enough to end the dark mad warrior. Or rather, the attack perfectly completely snuffs out his life. It must have blown Berserker's head clean off. The blood splatter even reaches me, 10 meters from where Berserker stands. There's kind of a lot more than blood in the mess, but I don't think she overdid it. Our opponent was a monster. Berserker would have crushed Tosaka if she hadn't blown his head off. Phew, I slow my frantic run. Tosaka is still in Berserker's grip, but the battle is over. Berserker's face is still hidden in a plume of smoke. From that singing sound, it must have been a hell of an explosion.
嘘。
Yup. I hear Tosaka's voice. She's looking at the smoke in disbelief. Hold on. Am I imagining things? Did Berserker's hand tighten on Tosaka? Tosaka staring at the plume of smoke. It doesn't last long. The smoke starts to dissipate, and in the clearing air, Berserker's face, the face that should have been blown off his body, appears. Tosaka cowers under that evil demon's gaze, at a loss for words. Laughter fills the air. Ilya, who has remained at the far side of the clearing, laughs delightedly.
見直したわり。まさか1回だけでもバーサーカーを殺すなんてね。でも残念でした。バーサーカーはそれくらいじゃ消えないんだ。だってね、そいつは12回殺されなくちゃ死ねない体なんだから。
Die 12 Prüfungen des Herakles.
12回殺される？
Das ist sein wahres Noble Phantasm. She must have figured something out from what Ilya just told her. Tosaka looks aghast, her face twisting in regret.
そっか。神名が分かった時点で思い当たるべきだった。ヘラクレスって言ったらヒドラの弓なのに、持ってるのはただの岩だった。だからこいつの宝具はものじゃないんだ。英雄ヘラクレスのシンボルはそう、肉体そのものがヘラクレスの宝具なのよ。あなたも知っているでしょ、ヘラクレスの12の難行を。ギリシャの英雄ヘラクレスは己が罪を償うために12もの冒険を乗り越え、そのご褒美として不死になった。
Seine Belohnung war Unsterblichkeit, aber das hat ihm wahnsinnig
この
gemacht.
意味、あなたならわかるでしょ。命のストック、蘇生魔術の重ねがけ。ええ、だからそいつは簡単には死ねないの。かつて自分が乗り越えた分の試練は生き延びてしまう神々にかけられた不死の呪い。それが私のバーサーカーの宝具、ゴッドハンドなんだから。わかった？バーサーカーは今ので死んでしまったけどあと5つの命があるの。
Yep.
欲しかったわね、リー。今のが5倍の宝石だったらバーサーカーは消えていたのに。
I can't hear Ilya's voice clearly. From the corner of my eye, I see Saber charging Berserker.
リン、逃げて。
Saber dashes over. Tosaka tries to pry open Berserker's fingers, but they won't budge. And then...
いいよ、バーサーカー。そいつ潰しちゃえ。
The burning eyes glare at Tosaka. Tosaka screams. Berserker's enormous fingers dig into Tosaka, trying to rip out her insides. There's only one outcome. Tosaka's lifeless body being crushed to nothing. I run. I forget who I am up against. I even forget where I am. My mind is completely burnt out.
させるか。
Saber cuts towards Berserker. The invisible sword swings at Berserker's defenseless arm as if slicing through a radish. But it's no use. Saber's attack pings harmlessly off of Berserker's arm. His grip on Tosaka doesn't loosen. Just moving must be agony for Saber. She swings her sword desperately, blood trickling from her mouth.
シロ
She freezes the instant she sees me rushing at Berserker. Let go of her, you bastard. I slap mindlessly at his back with my bow. The giant is unfazed. He doesn't consider me a threat. My fingers are getting numb. What the hell is he? If I'm the one going numb from hitting him.
逃げてシロ
Yeah? I look up when I hear Saber. In that instant, I go flying through the air like a leaf. I hit the ground and tumble like a bit of stray garbage. Berserker smacked me away with that frozen sword. I try to block the attack with my bow, but it shatters instantly and I'm thrown so far away. I whiff in pain. That breaking sound hadn't come from the bow. One of my arms has been bent the wrong angle, in the wrong spot. When I breathe in, my lungs hurt so bad I want to puke them up. I can't breathe properly, with all the blood filling my mouth, but that doesn't matter. Breathing will just make me pass out. Better that I not breathe. I wake up. Right now I need to get to him. I run. It's my turn. I'm going to break his arm and save Tosaka. He must have eyes in the back and he swings his sword casually like he's batting aside a fly. I can dodge it. I won't let an arm that's completely frozen hit me so easily. Damn, my body's sinking. He must have grazed my leg. Damn him. He didn't even touch my leg, but he somehow managed to break it anyway.
バカなもういい離れなさいマスター
I can't do that. I can't let Tosaka die. What do I need to do to save her? A weapon, a blade would be best. At my feet broken, pieces of the bow. Above me, Berserker, sword swinging right at me. There's no time to think, let magic energy flow through me. The strength succeeds easily, but down comes Berserker's sword. The fragments are finally pulverized. I meant to dodge, but instead my body slams to the ground. Clearly, there was no point strengthening broken shards. I will have to do this from scratch. It shouldn't be impossible, anyone can imitate as long as they have an example to follow. I just need to duplicate the foundation, structure work, experience time and... The giant turns around. It must have decided to kill the little nuisance before finishing Tosaka up. I push up from the ground and glare at the giant. There's no fear, I am too burnt out to fear. But behind me... I see someone prepared to disappear. I see someone determined to use the sacred sword. Ich speichere mal. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.